Yo, what's going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for the OPTC video, and in today's video, the maintenance is over, and we have a little bit of information on two big things that came with the maintenance update. A little bit late to the party here. I was doing some family stuff yesterday, so I couldn't get to this as soon as the maintenance finished, but I have looked into these two particular things right here, and we're going to break them down in separate videos. For the first video, we're going to look at the Pirate Rumble character stats improved. So, very, very nice stuff. Bunch of Pirate Festival rare recruits, as well as some Pirate Festival legends, have got buffs to their specials and their passives. They have done this in the past with stuff like anniversary exclusives. A couple of PvP legends like Kuma have been buffed. And it's kind of interesting that they're doing this to stuff like old rare recruits. Keeping them relevant within the meta of PvP is actually very good for the game and helps when you have some of these characters sitting around your box. Whether you're not using them, it can just help you build a variety of different teams. And when Grand Party comes around and stuff like that, you kind of want to have access to as many characters as possible. So, we're going to break down these characters. Going to give my quick thoughts and opinions, whether they're good, whether they're bad, can they see play, can they not see play, and what they kind of need more of to make them hit that meta base echelon. So, the first character is Crocus. Crocus was never really good on release. I tried using him on Cerebral teams. The upside to him was that he gave CD reduction with his special. Now, he basically just does 3 times healing on top of what he already did with his special. His special was never really the problem. It was more that his passive was a bit lackluster. All they've done, though, is add recovery level up 4, and after the update, he heals 200 HP at an interval. He's still bad. Like, you're still never going to use him. Cerebral teams aren't there, and Crocus isn't saving them. Like, it's just not it. Next, we got Camp Viper. Camp Viper was very good early. Around Cerebral and Striker-based teams. He now does a 50% reduction instead of a 30% reduction in a medium range, so that's pretty good, provided you hit a lot of characters. 50% HP reduction is crazy strong. Level 5 defense instead of level 3, which is really good, and then still does the level 5 attack and level 8 defense to himself. But the level 8 defense has now gone up to 49 seconds. Holy! That's actually really good. Like, really, really good. Because now he's giving himself like 13 defense. You can slap this guy in the middle and just have him just like as a bit of a wall. Man, that's really good. He now does Striker Cerebral teammates HP up level 5 and CT speed up level 2. And they took away, the first 40 seconds of the battle is still there. But the defense up's gone to level 10. And then when the remaining seconds is 60 or less, Striker Cerebrals get level 10 attacker. Man, his passive got a huge buff. He's good. He's very, very good. Now he removes Action Bind as well and reduce damage from strength. Cap Vibe is good. Cap Vibe is very, very good. You can definitely see play with him over on the Cerebral team or the Striker team. Strikers are starting to make more of a surge now. We've got, obviously, the Nami, the Memories of the Straw Hat Nami. We have Verse Law, and the Sword unit is a massive sleeper for Striker-based teams. Let's move on down now. We've got, I can't remember her name. She's from the Bullet movie, though. She does Fighter, Dex now, Guard up level 5, Defense up level 5, 3.5 healing, and then targets other Dex Fighter teammates for CT reduction 20%. So basically they just added Fighter to her kit, which is, like, makes sense because she came out alongside Bullet, who does Dex and Fighter-based stuff, so makes sense. Still nothing crazy. They just added Fighter class to her, her passive, and she does the same thing. Fighters aren't anything to go crazy for, but she could definitely find a way onto the fighter bench or maybe something like that, maybe the fighter frontline for some Stolia based teams. Next we got Who's Who. Who's Who definitely struggled on release. He came out with Sasaki, who was a flyer. So the current team is 8 teammates. Targets self for CT reduction at level 2. That was before the update. Now they've just removed that. That's gone, and he gives himself level 3 CD. It's still aiming for himself, which is kind of annoying. Only halves attack. It's nothing too crazy. They added Fighter class to his passive as well. So now he can be run on fighter teams or strength teams, which is kind of cool. And they added level 5 speed up. Again, fighters, they're not anywhere near the meta. These buffs aren't putting them there, but it does give them a little bit more options. Next, we've got Senior Pink. Shout out to my boy Tony, the one and only Senior Pink lover. He does 2 times his attack now, 4 times, which is kind of whatever. And targets himself. Instead of himself, he does quick type teammates for level 1 and attack and speed, which is still very low. Now with his level limit rate, though, he does 3 times his damage 5 times. That could be kind of good. That could actually do some damage, especially late game, like bench like stuff. Like that could do some fun stuff. And then his passive, just still for quick teammates. Like quick, like he's a driven character, so you definitely could throw him on a quick base bench. So you could do some fun stuff there. But quick of move more towards powerhouse. But again, you could definitely throw him on the bench as a driven option for cross guild. Next, we got Stussy. Stussy seems like she got a big buff. Holy. Her special does level 4 CD up for 25 seconds. Her attack buff went from level 4 to level 8. And, what the hell? Target one enemy for small range of 3 times damage. So, now she targets 3 enemies for 3.5 times damage. And she does level 8 attack up and level 4 CD reduction. That's really, really good. She's really good. I think she's a shooter as well. Shooter cerebral character, maybe? So, quick cerebral, quick shooters, they're not really a thing too much, but you could definitely run her on the quick team, man. Like, that's crazy strong. Her passive now just went to level 6 speed, level 6 defense, level 6 attack. Like, she got a very big buff. Massive, massive buff. And she evades damage over time. She's good. Stassy's really good. I just don't know where she fits in on the quick team. Nor do I think that she elevates the quick team to something much higher. Remember, quick is more built around driven and cerebral, driven and powerhouse right now. So, like, she could see some play, but I just don't think she's breaking the mold. Again, you could do something with, like, quick shooters, I guess. Next, we got Kizaru. Kizaru went from 1.1 damage to 1.8 and attack up level 6 for 20 seconds. Kizaru was always a very good bench option for his damage output, so that's really good. That's very strong. And then his passive, if 5 or more teammates instead of 6 or more teammates, he gets level 5 attack up. And then I do believe he has a level limit break as well, yep, which goes up to 2 times damage. Wow, okay. That's pretty big. 2 times damage, 3 times is very, very strong. Again, still a bench option for just, like, whatever team you want to throw him on, but, like, the damage is now really, really nice. A lot of these quick characters getting buffs. Leo does strength type enemies attack down level 6. Everything else is the same. His passive just does level 7 HP up instead of level 5, which is kind of good, but, like, yeah, it's kind of whatever. His special does attack down at level 10 just for strength type enemies as well. And then his passive goes to level 7 attack, level 7 HP. You could do some fun stuff with this guy on quick teams if you're just taking down strength, but I feel like there's other options to, like, not have to warrant leveling this guy up. Like, he's okay. Next, we got Sunbell and, I don't know, they were part of the Roger Pirates. They target themselves for a level 3.5 counter stance and targets fighter teammates for 500 HP healing. Plus, they provoke and they do level 6 defense. Okay, that's kind of cool. The adding of counter stance for any character that has provoke is always good. And again, for fighters, like, this could be a really nice wall option. No buff to their passive, so that's kind of whatever. Gene Bart targets 3 enemies now instead of 2. Targets sight enemies for 100% chance to half stats. And if you have a law on the team, targets enemies in a large range for defense down level 8. And then his CD went from 32 to 29. So, not too bad, but there's, like, no good int-based laws. There's no good driven-based laws, unless you run Law Kid. But I don't think Law Kid are driven in there. Or maybe they're driven as Free Spirit in their dual form. But even still, like, I don't know, man. Like, what, are you going to run them on a driven team? Like, with this guy? Like, I don't think it's, like, super, super viable. His passive gives level 3 defense down and level CT down level 2 when you run a law character. So again, like, you really need either a really good int law, which doesn't really exist right now, or you run like Law Kid. Like, that's sort of what I'm picking up with this particular character. Page 1, the second buff for Page 1. This is the second time he's getting a buff. Targets 3 enemies with low HP for 5,000 damage instead of 3,000, which is a massive increase. Massive, massive increase. Targets 2 enemies for defense down level 6 instead of level 4. That's a big buff too. And then targets 3 enemies with low HP for 2,500 damage. Okay, so he's doing like 7,500 damage. Like, this is good. This is really, really good for Page 1. You could easily run him as a bench option. I believe he's built up around strength characters, but works great with fighter builds, so you could do some fun stuff there. Level 7 speed, level 7 attack, and his HP is still level 7. This was good, because, like, most of the time you're running him on the bench, and level 7 HP does fuck all on the bench. But now, level 7 speed and level 7 attack, like, that does something off the bench. Moving on to Orochi. Orochi, again, another really good, like, bench option for driven powerhouse comps, if you need more driven powerhouse units. He does a 50% reduction for 2 enemies instead of 35%. That's really good. And a special one, 20 seconds down. Oh my god. He targets 2 enemies with high CT for 100% chance of special mind for 20 seconds. Wow. That's really strong. There's nothing worse than going up against a smoker and having a 20 seconds special bind. Like, it's so frustrating. But the thing with smoker is it's not guaranteed. This is... Wow. Okay. And again, Quick is built up around Driven and Powerhouse, so this guy could easily run in the front. After the update, he gets Revive Self at 30% HP as well. His passive is still kind of shit. Like, level 5 attack, HP, and speed. It's not bad, it's just like level 5. Like, you'd want that to be like level 6. But then he does level 3 attack down for the entire enemy team, which is like whatever, but I think that's where they're compensating. I'd love them to just remove that targets all enemies for attack down level 3 and just put those 3 stats into the passive. Like, for me, that would just be way better. But the reviving of himself one time is pretty interesting. You're basically guaranteed to get his special off. He's really good. He's really, really good. The big 3 that I've seen right now, as of like where we are, is that Cap Viper's definitely the best. Stussy's up there, and then I think Orochi and Page 1 are like just behind them. I think Orochi and Page 1 will probably see more play though, because you could easily run these guys on bench options. Next we've got Kizaru. Before the update, he was doing 2,000 damage. Now he's doing 2,500 damage. And they've added this whole new line. If you have 8 Dex characters on the team, he targets 2 enemies with high CT for 15% delay. Okay, hello. You run this guy with Usopp on like a Dex shooter-based comp. Alright, cooking. Plus he's a free spirit, so you can do Dex free spirit builds. Ooh, okay. Plus he's passive. Oh my god. Level 6 speed, level 6 defense, level 6 attack down to quick teammates, to quick enemies, and level 6 speed down. So basically they just took his passive and they added 1 to everything. Okay, so this is what I like to see. I wish the day there was Orochi. Like, this is what I would want to see from Orochi. Wow, okay, he got a very, very good buff. I don't think he sort of breaks the mold of like Dex per se. You could easily run him as a bench option. But again, you have to run 8 Dex characters. That's the problem. 8 Dex type units, which means any dual unit is going to cuck this. There is holes, but I do like what they're doing with him. Ivankov, please save Ivankov, man. Ivankov was never good on release. Came out with Inuyasuma, who was just incredible, but like this guy needs saving. They've added quick type instead of just cerebral characters. So now you can run him on either quick teams or cerebral teams. And then he does, instead of 2.5 times damage, he does 3.3 damage. I don't know if this saves him. They've added quick to his passive. So now, again, you can run him on quick or cerebral-based teams. He does level 4 defense up, which he just didn't do any defense up at all. And if 6 teammates of either quick or cerebral, defense up level 6. So he can give level 10 defense up. That's pretty big. I can see this guy being run on a cerebral team. Yeah, I can see it. Like, it's funny because they added all the quick type stuff, but now I really think you can run this guy on a cerebral based team. Level 10 defense up is nuts. That's pretty crazy. On top of that, he's doing guard as well. So like normal attacks are doing nothing. Wow, okay. And then what? He can remove half stats, which is like, it's kind of cool. This is like when Roger was running around just destroying everything in Grand Party. They decided to release this guy, and it just did fuck all. This is a good buff, though. I put it, like, kind of with Kizaru. Probably a little bit above Kizaru, actually. Because, like, you, like, will easily throw this guy on a cerebral team and have some fun with him. Kizaru, you're going to have to kind of, like, make the team around Kizaru, where this guy can kind of just be thrown on. Bizarro, what are you doing here? Oh, okay. Increased damage dealt to quick type characters, and then York increases damage to side-based characters. That's fair. I was like, these 2 characters are so busted in Rumble. What? They don't need buffing. Like, they do not need buffing at all. Jesus Christ. And then you got Kid. This is hilarious to me. The fact that they're buffing Super Sugo Kid because they know how shit they made him is so funny. And look, all they did was change the one thing that he needed to be changed, was change the extra damage that he does defense to the last 60 seconds. Not the last 40 seconds. This is good. You can run Kid in the front now on shooter teams. I still think he would work best on the bench, like right there as a first bench slot with that cheeky Usopp strat. But yeah, this is good. This is really good for Kid. Kid definitely needed that. So Kid obviously is very, very good in Rumble anyway, but this is going to make him way more usable. So I do love that. As for the rest of it, I do think that Ivankov got a really nice buff. If you're looking at running cerebral teams, throw Ivankov on the team, now throw Cap Viper on the team, you can do some really, really, really cool things. some really, really cool things. I think that level 10 defense up is going to be very, very powerful. Obviously, half stats is going to be a problem. He can remove it, but still, like, level 10 defense goes to level 5. And then lots of characters can just bypass defense nowadays, so, like, that's a bit of an issue. But still, like, the bulkiness early, very, very valuable. Very, very valuable. So Ivankov got a pretty good buff. Kizaru got a very interesting buff. I'd love to see how he goes with some what's it called? Some Dex shooter comps. You could easily do like Lucci, Ace, Kizaru, Usopp, who's doing like good CD reduction now too. You have real good options for that sort of Dex space team. Throw on Kaido just because, like, why not? Or you could do some more free spirity based stuff with like Kizaru, Morley. You could throw an Ace there. You could still throw on Usopp because he's a free spirit too. Yeah, you got options. I really like this. This 15% reduction is really good. Downside is you need 8 Dex-based characters. Next, we've got Orochi. So all of the legends got pretty good treatments. Orochi's going to be good. That 20-second special bind is going to be very annoying to deal with. And then the 50% reduction, obviously, is still very, very strong as well. Page 1, he's going to do butt tons of damage. Off the bench, like, this guy is going to do crazy damage in the last 50 seconds. Oh, hang on. No. He doesn't do 7,500 damage. He only does 5,000 damage in the first 50 seconds, and then 2,500 in the last 50 seconds. Oh, this is kind of dog shit. Yeah, he's still bad. He's still bad. Oh, that's still bad. Gene Bart, whatever. Sunbell and Old Mate, I think he could see some play on some fighter teams. Fighters could do some stuff now, actually. I'd be interested to make some fighter-based teams. Leo's kind of shit. Kizaru, he's okay, good damage off the bench. Stussy got a massive buff. I think she probably got the best treatment out of anyone here. However, I don't see how playable she's going to be. I just don't really see her just being thrown in on a quick team and being like, yeah, cool, Stussy, do some work. But she definitely will put in. Senior Pink, okay on the bench. Who's Who definitely didn't get too great of a treatment. I don't even remember your name, and you weren't that great. But Cat Viper, I think Cat Viper's the one that stands out for me the most as the biggest buff. Because this right here, the 50% reduction to level 5 defense up on top of this line, this top line here, is very, very good. Like, very, very good. He hasn't even had his level limit break yet. Like, damn. And he can be used on 2 bit different teams, Strikers or Cerebral. So, like I said, I think Cat Viper definitely got the best treatment. I do like what they did with the Legends. And I think Stussy's a bit of a sleeper. I think she could be used quite well. But let me know what your favorite PvP update character was. Let me know down below. Oh, Crocker sucked too. Let me know down below. If you guys enjoyed the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and do all that good stuff. Most importantly, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Let's